fight for my children, fight for my life, I will.
Driver's wife, FBI, take 2.
Leah Purcell, thank you. Leah Purcell, thank you. Leah. Good to go?
Action.
Leah Purcell, thank you so much for talking to us. Jen and André from FBI Radio. I wanted to start by asking a question about separating from character, because everyone was talking about Lady Gaga struggling to release Patrizia Gucci after doing Gucci for so long. I think it might have been 3 years. You've been with Molly for some 6 years. Talk about breaking away and divorcing from her after finishing this project.
I think I can only divorce her once she's out on the big screen. So that time is coming very soon, 5th of May. So my body is kind of going through something but I think once she's out and she's away and audiences are embracing her and loving her, then I'll feel confident enough to let her go. Do I want her to go? Absolutely. It's been a long 6 years, but I love her, but you got to let your babies go. So I'm looking forward to her fluttering off into the sunset.
But there's so many other formats that you could adapt this into.
And we're doing them.
Really?
Wow.
Oh my God.
We've got a TV version coming up.
Oh my God, I love that.
We should work on that.
It's actually insane how many times you can look at something from a different perspective.
There's an opera too coming.
And oh my God.
Wait, what's this whole industry
this is like
around
a
the
whole
Driver's
Marvel
Wife?
universe around the
We're not
Driver's Wife.
prepared for this.
At what point during any form of adaptation of this project, of the book, did you feel most connected to your purpose?
The book, the novel. It was a big challenge for me. Like, I failed English unless I performed everything, and then I got an A. And I still can't spell. So it was a massive challenge in just the technical side. But I loved opening up the characters and going, who are you? What are you? Doing the research, taking something from history and pinning it to a character and seeing how that shaped and formed them within the story. So that was really satisfying, and it's nearly 300 pages, so I felt very smart by the end of it.
Was that Kat Cohen line, like, I don't read, write, argue, but that doesn't make me non-intellectual?
Yeah, literally. It's a period film, but it's rooted in landscape, reality of the time, authentic, etc., etc. You didn't go the Brechtian route. You didn't just shoot it on a soundstage. It wasn't Dogville, but that could have been an option. Is there a reason why you didn't do that, or did you really want it to be capital P period? Yeah,
look, capital P period, but I guess as an Indigenous woman, the land just spoke to me. Like, I dreamt that tree, at the very end. I dreamt that tree and I found it on that property. When I would go and do the recce's, we'd sit on country and it just felt so right to be in the snowy mountains around Ataminaby. We were in a beautiful Yayak Valley. And I had, in 2006, I did the film Jindabyne with Ray Lawrence up in Jindabyne. And on weekends I'd go, and explore. And I fell in love with the landscape, and I said, we don't utilise this enough in our films or TV. I love watching my Joe cantering across the flats. Sun setting behind him, children running to greet him. Waving his hat with joy on seeing them. He's been away 3 months.
Mrs. Jo Johnson. I'm worried about her. She's alone.
Molly Johnson grew up out here. She knows the way.
I'm just a drover's wife. Cross me and I'll kill you.
We have so many representations from white Australians of landscape and country. Can you maybe speak to the verisimilitude that you bring that maybe people aren't really familiar with, because we're just bombarded with white Australians showing Australia and this whole idea of like the other realm of the outback? When you look at the film through a black lens, my black eyes, there's two things. There's the actual structure in how I structured the story is actually structured on a dreaming technique, and it comes simply through with the Bullock story. Molly experienced it, Danny witnessed it, Danny told it to someone, they embellished it, then Danny retells it. So you've got this
structure of this one little simple story. Because when you talk culture, people think, you know, we should be all painted up and we should have our, you know, clapsticks and didgeridoos and all that. But us sitting here now, we are sharing in this dreaming that we're creating right now. It's the past, it's the present, it's now. So I wanted to show that element. Yes, we've had dreaming stories like 10 Canoes, for example, but it was told in the Western style of 3-act structure, not so much in this repetitiveness of the stories going around, and I write in circles. So I really wanted to push that. And then when you look at every frame almost in this film, there's some black meaning underneath it. I make sure that I put those elements in so that when Indigenous people come to see my films, they have a power and an understanding, a deeper understanding. And then I hope for the wider community when they come and see the film that it entices them to have conversation and to do a bit of research and to get involved in that type of storytelling.
Is anything coming up for you this week as you get put it out into the world?
Look, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just going to see what the end of the week brings, or that month, you know, in the 5th. But you just got to put it out there and walk the path and see where it leads you.
Walk the path to walking the path. I think that's enough.
I think that's enough.
Thank
We've
you
been
so
told. We've been through that. Thank you so
much.
much for interviewing.
This was such a pleasure.
No,
Cut.
Cut.